Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm the Book Geek, also known as Kiava, and this is going to be a book haul. So I haven't been buying many books. Most of these books I got for free, with the exception of a few. And I bought most of these books earlier in the year before I started going through all this financial trouble. As of lately, I have not been buying books unless it's the book club book. The only book I bought recently was the book club book for my adult horror thriller book club. Other than that, I've been getting my books from the library. So anyway, let's jump into the book haul. I don't remember what months I purchased these books. This is just the latest book haul for the remainder of the year since the last time I posted a book haul, which I believe was January and February's book haul. First up, we have Gwendy's Magic Feather. This is the sequel to Gwendy's Button Box. It is by Richard Shijmar. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And Stephen King. Although for this second book, the second novel, I believe Stephen King just does the foreword for this book. I really enjoyed the first book and I want to continue the series. And I also picked up, I think this is the third and final book in the series. It is titled Gwendy's Final Task. This next book I got at the farmer's market. I actually was a vendor during the summer at the farmer's market, and every week when I was there, I would try to go to a different booth and try to support different vendors. And I went to this one table, and it was a guy who was from the military, a veteran, and he actually wrote a historical book about African Americans in the military, in their contribution to the military. So I wanted to support his small business, and I wanted to support his book. And I purchased this book. I'm actually going to be reading this with my children so they can learn about some of the African American historical contributions that African Americans have had to the military. So I thought that was wonderful. This next book is a book that I did consider reading for my horror thriller book club, the Bookmore book club, but it got beaten out by Tender is the Flesh. And that book is Ghost Eaters. I love this cover. There's something so haunting about that cover. We may still read this one in the future for the book club. And if you would like to join my horror thriller book club, I'll leave that information down below. You can leave me a comment or send me an email and I will get all the information to you about how you can join. We have a lot of fun over there. It's a great time. So this one kind of reminds me of that movie Talk to Me. There's a new drug that allows you to see the dead. So it kind of reminds me of Talk to Me, because if you ever seen that movie, it seems like they were kind of addicted to what they were doing with the hand. And I feel like it was symbolism for addiction, drugs and whatnot. And this one reminds me of that. And it even says here in the synopsis, grieving and desperate for closure, Aaron agrees to a pill-popping seance. Pill popping. And I can't wait to read this one. This is Iceberg, and we have a few books by this author, and this one is about the Titanic. This author writes a lot of historical fiction. I believe this is one of the books that somebody gave me. It's titled The Glass House by Eve Chase, and I think this is a thriller. I don't know much else about it. When the Harrington family discovers an abandoned baby deep in the woods, they decide to keep her a secret and raise her as their own. Oh my God, this just reminded me. I know this is, I can tell that this is probably more on the thriller side of things, but this book, just reading that first sentence, reminded me of one of my favorite books in the whole entire world, titled The Light Between Oceans, because in that book, they found a child and then they raised it as their own. And then the mother, the biological mother, comes back into the picture. And it is so heartbreaking. I love that book. The movie does not do it justice. I did not like the movie. But just reading that first sentence reminded me of that book. Continuing on with this synopsis, it says, but within days, a body is found in the grounds of their house and their perfect new family implodes. Years later, Sylvie, seeking answers to nagging questions about her life, is drawn into the wild, beautiful woods where nothing is quite what it seems. So, yeah, that sounds interesting. I also picked up this book for free. I believe I got this one for free at an event. I think I was at another crafting event, and they had free books on the table. And I picked this one up. Now, I did read maybe 1 or 2 stories out of this a while back, but I don't think I ever finished it. And it is titled Black Enough, Stories of Being Young and Black in America. And there's different stories in here by different Black authors. Another book I have to possibly read with one of my kids is I Love You, Michael Collins. So this is another historical fiction book. It's 1969. The country is gearing up for what looks to be the most exciting moment in history, men landing on the moon. The girls write to Neil Armstrong. The boys write to another astronaut, Buzz Aldrin. But Mammy decides to write to Michael Collins, the astronaut who will come so close but never walk on the moon. So this should be inspirational and heartfelt. I also got Hatchet. I got this one for free at the school that I work at. And it's about a young boy who has to survive in the wilderness after a plane crash. Another free book, A Dog's Purpose. I know they have a movie for this. I think it's just a heartwarming book about a dog. I don't know much else about it. I haven't seen the film. Another book to read with my kid or to possibly have them read on their own, titled Escape. We like horror books in this house. The kids do too. It has rubbed off on them. It's the biggest adventure park in the world, but it's more than just rides and roller coasters. At Escape, you can do anything you want and be anyone you want, with no adults around to tell you no. Kind of sounds like, what was that, Pleasure Island in Pinocchio? Cody dreams of going to Escape, but the only people who get in there are rich or cool, and Cody's a nobody. He's shocked when he receives an invitation to walk inside Escape's gates, and even more shocked by what he finds inside. At first, it's a lot of fun, but soon Cody's dream place starts to morph into a complete nightmare. Rides turn deadly. Kids disappear, and what started out as an adventure turns into a fight for survival. Interesting. I got this book. It's titled A Gathering of Days. I don't know what this one is about. It was another free book that I picked up at the school that I work at. And it's a coming-of-age story. It's the 19th century, and someone is recording the hardships of pioneer life. Another free book titled Escaping the Giant Wave. This book is about a teenage boy who goes on vacation with his family, and an earthquake starts a fire in their hotel. And as they're fighting their way through smoke and flame, Cal remembers seeing a sign at the beach that said, after an earthquake, everyone should go uphill and inland as far from the ocean as possible. Tsunamis, giant waves that often follow earthquakes, can ride in from the sea and engulf anyone who doesn't escape fast enough. This is a book about a family trying to escape disaster. I also picked up Bridge to Terabithia. I definitely will be reading this one with my youngest son. And I've seen this movie, and boy, is it heartbreaking. I don't think I really have to explain what Bridge to Terabithia is. It's a very popular book and a very popular film, and sure to tug at my heartstrings. I picked this book up at the Scholastic Book Fair. It is The Hidden Girl, a true story of the Holocaust. So, of course, this is another historical book about a young Jewish girl named Lola who is sent into hiding. This is her story. This one is titled Ancestor Approved Intertribal Stories for Kids. I think this one still has the receipt in its Scholastic Book Fair receipt. This one is titled Alone in the Woods, and another one for the kids. So we have two friends, Jocelyn and Alex. They're best friends. But something happens that puts a strain on their relationship and on their friendship. And I guess these two families go vacationing together. And while the girls were out rafting, something goes horribly wrong. and now they are lost, and they're going to have to overcome their issues and work together to get back to safety. This is a book that is so high up on my list. I cannot wait to read this book, and it is Circe. I love mythology. This one is very, very popular, so I'm just going to quickly just show you this book. But I love the cover, I love mythology, and I cannot wait to read this retelling. I also got Animal. This is a book that I got because I was doing a special video that I still haven't finished. A special reading challenge. Joan has spent a lifetime enduring the cruelties of men, but when one of them commits a shocking act of violence in front of her, she flees New York City in search of Alice, the only person alive who can help her make sense of her past. In the sweltering hills above LA, Joan unravels a horrific event she witnessed as a child that has haunted her every waking moment, while forging the power to finally strike back. So hopefully you guys will see this video from me soon, maybe sometime in the new year. I also picked up the Majesties, and I love this cover. This cover is so beautiful. I don't know what the book is about. Ooh, all right. In this riveting tale about the secrets and betrayals that can accompany exorbitant wealth, two sisters from a Chinese Indonesian family grapple with the past after one of them poisons their entire family. What? That should be interesting. And of course, you know, I had to get some graphic novels and some comics, okay? Sweet Tooth. I finally finished watching the show. It was beautiful. I loved it. And I'm so mad that Sweet Tooth on Netflix did not get more attention, more recognition. I don't know if they're going to do another season. I know they canceled the show, but I don't know if they're going to do another season just to wrap it up and end it. But it was wonderful. It was just so heartfelt. I love that story. I do not like this cover. I hate when they change the covers to the TV cover or the movie cover. The original cover, I believe, looked like, I believe this is what the original cover looked like. But yeah, I cannot wait to read these graphic novels. I love Sweet Tooth so much. If you haven't seen the show, I highly, highly recommend. And, you know, if you don't know, it's about a world where there's a virus and there are children being born that have animal characteristics, hence the horns coming out of this boy's head. And then I got this. I don't even know where I got this from. I think I was at like a Pokemon store and they had all these comics and stores in there anymore. But they had this Walking Dead comic. I don't know what issue this is, but I do know it is part of the prison storyline. And it is the Walking Dead Deluxe. And there's a pregnant Lori and Rick on the cover. I got to find out where at in the story this is, because I usually buy the volumes, not the issues, but this was too good to pass up on. And then, of course, I got volume 7, which this probably goes. This is probably in volume 7. You know, it's pregnant Lori. I have to go through and see. I haven't read it yet. But this is also in color, which is why I wanted it so badly. This issue, they're starting to bring out the Walking Dead issues in color now. And when I saw that this was in color, I just had to have it. This volume here, this is the black and white version. But this is volume 7, The Calm Before. And this is part of the prison storyline. And I got Watchmen. I just could not help myself. I love Watchmen. I love the movie. And Watchmen is wonderful. It's another superhero type, anti-superhero graphic novel. And I don't know if this is the only one or if there are other books that I need to get, but I'm going to find out. I can't wait to read this. And that's it. That is all the books I've purchased lately. Also, I'll insert a picture. I did recently buy In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife, because that is this month's book club read. So I did purchase that. I got that one for PANGOBOOKS for like $5, but that's the only book I've bought recently. And that's it. That's all the books I've obtained recently. Let me know if you read any of these or what you thought of any of these. No spoilers, please. Let me know if you're interested in joining the book club. You can leave me a comment, or you can find my email address in the description box and shoot me an email, and I'll get all that information to you. We are a horror thriller book club, and this month we are reading a thriller. We are reading In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. I do have a Instagram page for my book club. I'll link that down below as well. That's it for me for now. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.